Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the National Timely Action Hour. My name is Aidan, and I hope that you're doing well today. This is going to be a special video. This is going to be an unboxing and review of the McFarlane Toys DC Direct Superman from the 85th anniversary line of Superman. And this is based off of his first appearance in Action Comics #1, published all the way back in early 1938. So this is probably going to be the definitive Golden Age Superman action figure. And this is #1 in the line. Only fitting. And here we have a beautiful rendition, actually a printing, of Joe Shuster's cover for Action Comics #1, the iconic cover. And we also have that in here with a stand. And let's take a look at this figure in the box. He comes with a chain which he can break off, and yeah, it's very, very cool, and I really like the packaging on this. They spared no expense when it came to the fanfare of this historic figure for this historic comic book. And yeah, so there's the barcode and all the legal information. And you can check out McFarlane Toys' social media. And let's crack this baby open and take a closer look. Okay, so here he is out of the box, and his legs are primarily sculpted for wide poses, but he can work just fine without that. But let's take a look at this figure's painting and sculpting, because I think that that was the main reason why I wanted to buy this figure specifically, because of how good it looks. It looks exactly how I would imagine a realistic version of Joe Shuster's art being. And he has a plastic cape rather than a cloth cape, which is perfectly fine with me. I would have been perfectly fine with the cloth cape, but I'm just as fine with a plastic one. And you'll note that in the original appearance, Superman's boots were blue. Sometimes they were colored red in the issue, but for the most part they were blue. And the only thing red was his trunks, the S in the shield, and the cape. Otherwise it's just blue and yellow, and blue eyes. So yeah, I love the portrait, and I love the build. He's very muscular and big, as Superman should be. He's got gigantic legs, and look at the back muscles and the arms and the shoulders. Everything is just gigantic, and I am very pleased with that. And he does come with butterfly joints, so there's a lot more ease to moving his arms around. Speaking of moving his arms around, let's go into the articulation. I've been fiddling with it, as you can see, but he can kick his legs out backwards, and he can do the splits. There's a double jointed knee, and there is toe articulation, and he can point his toes down. He can rock to the side and turn his ankles. And he can move his arms around. There's deltoid, like I said, butterfly joints. He can flex his gigantic muscles, double jointed elbows. He can move his wrist around, bend the wrist, and there's a little bit of movement there. Although the cape does hinder it, and like I said, the legs were primarily sculpted for a wide pose. And he can also look up, look down, turn his head around, and there's also an ab crunch, and hip swivel, and his hand is sculpted to be out on that hand, on his right hand, and his left hand is a fist. Whoopsh. And the only accessory he comes with, other than the stand, is these chains that you can use to recreate many covers in which Superman breaks chains off of his body, and it's beautiful. Let's have his legs spread, and let's take a look at that. Beautiful. So that does it for the articulation points, and like I said, the only other thing he comes with is a stand. So let's do our favorite part, the size comparison. So now for the size comparison part of the video, let's have him up next to a classic DC Direct Superman figure from the 2000s. They are different scales, similar size-wise, but the newer figure is taller. Then let's have him next to another McFarlane DC Direct Superman. This is the Return of Superman. They're about the same height, which makes sense. Here he is next to a Marvel Legends Hasbro Iron Man Mark 1. There, that matches the comics, I believe. Here he is next to a Hasbro Star Wars The Black Series Chewbacca. Chewie is taller, but that does make sense because Chewbacca is supposed to be like 7 feet 2 inches tall. So that's a lot taller than Superman's 6 feet 3 inches. Then here he is next to the Marvel Legends Mr. Fantastic from the animated series. And I believe Superman is a couple inches taller than Reed in the comics, so that is fine by me. But yeah, this is a really cool figure, and I am very pleased with it. So that is my review for this figurine. And if you are new to my channel, want to check out more action figure reviews or comic book reviews, or hear me talk about video games, Star Wars, Star Trek, Doctor Who, The Lord of the Rings, anything geeky that I like, please subscribe, share this with your friends, hit the like button, hit the dislike button if you didn't like it, and in the description bar I'll link my social media profiles and my Patreon page. So if you want to support the channel financially, it's as little as $3 Canadian per month, or you can do a one-time donation. Any little bit is appreciated. And also I'll leave a link to my podcast, so if you want to hear me talk about that but don't want to see my beautiful face, please go and subscribe to there. Anyway, thank you so much for watching this video, and I sincerely hope that you have a wonderful day. Goodbye.